winds of the south, great serpent Sachamama, the feminine principle, come be with us. Wrap those coils of light around us today as we make our despacho here. Help us to shed the past the way you shed your skin so sweetly and all in one piece, that we may renew ourselves over and over again as you do. Amaru, mother of the waters, mother of all that moves, be with us. Teach us what it truly means to walk soft on the earth once more, to touch all that we touch with beauty, and help us to understand we never left that garden. Be with us. We welcome you. Ho. To the winds of the west, mother, sister, jaguar, you who've seen the birth and death of galaxies, come be with us. Come across that rainbow bridge. Help us to dance among the shadows, to see what no longer serves us, that we may give that back to the earth, and the earth may grow more beautiful, and we may take our place as rainbow warriors, peaceful warriors, with no need of enemies on the inside or the outside, in this world or any other. Be with us, Mother. Teach us to step beyond fear and beyond death. We welcome you. Oh. To the winds of the north, Sirakinti, royal hummingbird, you who are the great journeyer, come be with us. Take us one more step upon our journey. Teach us where to find the nectar, the joy, and the sweetness of life, that we might drink directly from that source. Lend us the courage to say yes and take each new step as it shows, even though we may not know where it leads, helping us to make the impossible possible. Ancient ones, ancestors, grandfathers and grandmothers, all you who've stepped outside of time and live in the eternal now, come be with us. Warm your hand by the fire in our hearts. Whisper to us on the wind as we honor all you who have been before us and all you who've yet to be, our children's children. Be with us. We welcome you. To the winds of the east, great eagle, great condor, come, fly to us from that place of the rising sun, and take us up that we may fly wingtip to wingtip with you, to that place beyond the mountains where we may dream a new world into being, a world not informed by the past, by who we have been, but the world that's calling to us from who we are becoming. Apuchin, we welcome those great wings that allow us to fly higher, and those eyes that see through the heart. Be with us. We welcome you. Pachamama, Mother Earth, we come, Mother, in deepest honoring for all our relations, for the plant people, for the stone people, for the tree people, for the fish, the furred and the feathered, for the two-legged, the four-legged and the many-legged, and for those forgotten ones. Hold us sweetly, Mother, as we make this offering today upon your belly. Allow us to feel that deep support you have for us, we who are your children, and all of the many ways that you nourish and nurture us every day of our lives. Be with us, Mother. We welcome you. Ho. Father, Sun, Grandmother Moon, star brothers and sisters of the great star nation, come be with us. Overlight our space today as we make our despacho here, our offering. Hold that cosmic order of all things for us. Allow us to see how we too may shine like bright stars in the night sky as you do, and still form part of a constellation, that great human and cosmic family, as above, so below. And Great Spirit, you who are known by 1,000 names, and you who are the unnameable one, we thank you for bringing us together, that we may sing this song of life and love and joy and freedom one more day. Ho. Welcome to our despacho ceremony. A despacho is an offering to the great Mother Goddess, Mother Earth, Gaia. And it's a prayer, it's a living prayer that we, as we make our offering, we begin to understand that we are not disconnected from Mother Earth, but that in making this offering, we are making a prayer to her of gratitude, of relief from all the suffering that goes on in our world, and we bring joy and peace and harmony. And in this despacho, it'll be an Aini despacho, which brings harmony and balance to our world. And I know that at the moment everything is out of balance, and such has it been for a many long time. So every despacho that we do helps us to come back into balance. And as I do this, I'm going to invite you to join me, and to, if you wish to, you too could make your own despacho. Anything that I put in here has meaning for me, and I'll explain as I go along. But what you put in your despacho needs to have meaning for you. So the first thing we do with our despacho is we have red wine to represent Pachamama, Mother Earth, and white wine to represent the mountains, the masculine. So we have the feminine and the masculine, these two energies that dance within us. And what we tend to do is we pour them together onto the earth. First we bless. We call in Pachamama, Mother Earth, Pachamama, Santa Tierra Madre, Mother Earth. And to the mountains, and to that masculine. And then we pour them together onto the earth so that we bring harmony to our world with these two energies that work within us. Apart from opening sacred space, we always start with sugar. So I like to place sugar in the 4 directions. That, again, is all about balance. And sugar always brings sweetness. Sweetness and balance. And I have prepared many things here, and there are some things that never change in the despacho. So I like to begin always with currants, raisins. These represent the ancestors upon whose shoulders we sit. So we are the result of the challenges that they had, the obstacles, the dreams that they had. We are the result of that, and it's really important to honor them. And so we blow great gratitude to all those who came before us. And I'm going to place them all the way around the edge of my despacho as a way of holding this prayer. And we blow into everything as a way of saying, this is me, here I am. And we bring ourselves through the breath into our work here. And I never know exactly what shape a despacho is going to take. Each one is different from the last, and this one is being gifted to Mother Goddess Gaia. So trust in the shape that the despacho itself wants to make. So this is the beginning. I am who I am because I sit on the shoulders of my ancestors. You are who you are because you sit on the shoulders of your ancestors, and they hold that space. So I'm going to start, because we're working with a goddess, I'm going to start with bringing pomegranate seeds. Pomegranates are really important for the underworld. Persephone ate 6 pomegranates before she was taken down into the underworld. And Psyche, when she was asked by Aphrodite, or told by Aphrodite, to go to the underworld and visit Persephone, she was told to take pomegranate seeds to feed Persephone. So we have pomegranate seeds here, and we're going to offer them to the Queen of the Underworld as a basis of our despacho, thanking her for holding that space for us in the underworld. Great gratitude. Pomegranate seeds also represent fertility, abundance, the juice. They also represent, for me, the mother of us all. So I also, staying with the theme of red, robust, good health, I put cranberry. Cranberry represents for me robustness. And I invite good health for all of us into this despacho, so that at the foundation of us we are healthy, vital, alive, robust. I'm also going to put some earth, Pachamama, Mother Earth, into this despacho from the place where I am here sitting, as a gratitude for this place. And this tiny apple, Eve's apple, to represent Eve, the first, or maybe not the first, but the feminine that saw a way out of the garden. And I'm going to talk about the Garden of Eden because I believe we haven't left it, but our culture suggests that we were kicked out of the garden. If you look around you, we are already in it. We've just forgotten. So we plant seeds in the earth. What seeds would you like to plant? When we think about planting seeds, and as a gardener, it's really important we choose the seeds we want to plant. What seeds would you plant in your earth? Maybe seeds of harmony, seeds of balance, seeds of love, seeds of connection, seeds of beauty, seeds of the sacred. I'm going to offer you the opportunity to blow your wish, what seeds you want to plant into this garden. And as we plant them, we think about the dream that we're dreaming. My teacher always used to say, be careful what you wish for. And make sure it fits your values as a human. The seeds that you plant now will grow and flourish in the times to come. And I'm very much with this abundance from one seed grows so much. And this is a perfect symbol to me, the sunflower. And I brought this from my garden, and they planted themselves last year from one sunflower seed. I now have many, and for me that represents the kind of abundance that nourishes life, nourishes us, nourishes the birds, the bees, all the insects. So that's going right there in my despacho. I'm just going to thank you for showing me the path of abundance and beauty and nourishing. And on the theme of nourishment, we also put in our despacho lentils. Lentils are the basic food that many people are nourished all over the world. And with great gratitude for the food that we eat, and how fortunate we all are that we are nourished. And also the fact that many people all over the world do not have enough. And my wish would be that there's enough for everyone. That no place, no person should go hungry. And to that end, I also put rice. Rice is what I call the soft food that nourishes. And in my heart, again, I wish that no person be hungry. Mother Earth has enough for everyone. That would be my wish. In the Inca tradition, which is where this despacho comes from the high Andes, and their tradition is really based on becoming our future self, not being informed by the past. And corn is their gold. Corn is the thing that they grow. Hundreds and hundreds of different varieties of corn. And their thing is, what they say is, if what you're doing doesn't grow you corn, why are you doing it? And I think during these lockdown times that we've been through, many people are asking themselves, why am I doing what I'm doing if it's not nourishing me, it's not nurturing me? And perhaps the world that we're heading towards means that more and more people can do what they love and love what they do. So I'm putting corn to invite in that abundance. I know that for the Inca people, corn is their, if you like, has been their money. They grow different kinds of corn. One of our shamans has a cornfield, a maize field, and he grows corn and makes all kinds of different things from it, and all the community help him to dig and grow and harvest, and that's a beautiful community thing to do. And I believe that that's maybe where we're headed. So I'm putting lots of corn to represent that community and abundance that I know is possible. And so we've been working with the earth, and up from the earth are the flowers, what I call the wild. And in my allotment I grow and dry herbs, and I want to honor all those women who work with herbs, who know the way of the plants. And again, we don't want to go backwards, we want to go onwards with our story of who we're becoming, but we can't leave out the plants. And they are fundamental to our well-being, and all the people that know how to work with them, the herbalists, the wise women, I have great gratitude for them. And from them comes this beautiful aroma. Incense. They say that Mother Earth loves chocolate. Pachamama loves chocolate. And so I have some chocolate as an offering for her. Up from the plants and Pachamama come the standing people, the trees. I often wondered why cashew nuts were always represented the trees. And what I realized is that when I look at them together, they look like lungs. And when you place them two at a time, that looks like the lungs in our system. And the trees are the lungs of the earth. And so I have great gratitude for the trees, for all the air that they bring us, the oxygen, the way that they help us to breathe, specifically now. And at a time now when many trees in these past year or so have been burned, and it's still happening, and I really want to honor all those people who honor the trees, because they need us to stand for them. They're our standing people, and we must stand for them too. So for the lungs of the earth, I plant these trees in our despacho as a gratitude for what they do for us as humans. In our despachos too goes a shell, and this shell represents Mamacocha, the oceans, the seas, and how we came from the ocean. We were birthed onto the land. If you think about it in terms of coming out of your mother's womb, out of the waters onto earth, but also going back the way that we arrived through the ocean onto the land. So this really represents Mamacocha. So we place here two little beings. So the masculine and the feminine, and again it's about balance, bringing these two together, that we have these two energies that dance within us, and they're both really important. And we also have a gold book and a silver book. So we come in with two books. One is fate and one is destiny. One is written for us and the other is for us to write. We also come with a light, and we place a little drop of red wine. It represents mother's blood, the blood of the mother, Pachamama, from which we were birthed. With great gratitude to the oceans, the rivers, the seas. I've got some blue to represent the oceans.
and the rivers and the water of life. With great gratitude, because without water, where would we be? And my prayer, my gratitude would be for oceans to be clear and clean, and the rivers to be clear, and all the creatures that live there be safe. And on the subject of creatures, I have lion, serpent, elephant, crocodile, serpent, monkey, all the creatures that we share our life with great gratitude for their presence, and knowing as well how many creatures are becoming extinct, even in my lifetime. So with great gratitude for their presence. And I have here the fruits, cherries, fruit of life, food that feeds us, and the people that we share our lives with, our communities. So I'm deeply grateful to the community that supports me and that I'm part of, not just my own personal family, but my bigger families. I realized the other day that one of my missions, one of the things that I do, one of the things that brings me so much joy is to bring people together. And all those people, we were wandering earlier through the field of black sheep, and I bring together the black sheep, those who have found it hard to fit into the world, who get birthed here as I did and discovered what a harsh, unforgiving place it seemed to be, and that knowing deep within that there's another reason, another way of living, another way of loving, another way of communicating that I didn't see and still find hard to see in consensual reality. So I am so grateful to the community of people that surround me and that come and visit with my classes and courses, and also my own family who live in a beautiful way, in a sacred way that I know is absolutely possible for everyone. So I'm grateful to all the people that I share my life with, and they go in my despacho as these little bears with a great thank you. And thank you to Nova for making this film, and Jessie for the land. Thank you. And then there's this thing about words, communicating, the way that we communicate. And do we use warm words or cold words, harsh words, soft words? One of my teachers talks about always use warm words. So I've picked warm words: love, hugs, hugs that we can't have right now. The I love yous, a smiley face, represent the words that we use. And this one says, say yes. Yes, yes to life. And hearts for love. For the ways that we can love each other. And eggs eggs represent our potential. Well, we put in to a despacho not just our potential, but our unlived potential, so that when these eggs crack open, something new, and indeed they're already cracking, these ones, and I put them in because the eggs need to crack. You know, you can't make scrambled eggs without cracking the eggs, and the eggs need to crack, so that our potential as humans, I think we are so much greater than we give ourselves credit for. And when these eggs crack open, our potential can shine out. So, great gratitude for our potential. And I got mango. My teacher used to say, when we were kicked out of the Garden of Eden, what happened? I think it says something like, you will grow by the sweat of your brow, you will grow thorns and thistles. My teacher used to say, I want to grow avocados, pineapples, mangoes. And so I bring these mango pieces to represent that notion that actually we were never kicked out of the garden, and we do not have to struggle in the way that we have in our original myth. And so I'm going to grow mangoes and avocados and pineapples and all the juice that I don't believe we have to suffer. And cherries. So I'm going to bring some sweetness to this. Great gratitude. We're going to go upwards from here, because in a way this represents our life, our underlife and our middle world life. And this is where we bring in a kintu. A kintu is 3 leaves. We use bay leaves for this. And in the beginning, our shaman used to hand the leaves to us like this, because this represents the underworld, the middle world, and the upper world. But round about 2012, they changed, and they brought the kintus like this. And that said to me that the middle world and the upper world and the underworld were coming together. And that's what's happened. That which has been underneath, the shadow aspects of humanity, are coming up to be seen. Like the underbelly, the unconscious, that which we pushed down, is coming up to be seen right now on the surface in our middle world. And at the same time, there is something about the future that is also being called in right now. So we can get a sense of, a sniff of something new and different that's going to arrive in our world. And as shamans, medicine people, healers, wise women, it's our job to hold that note of who we are becoming, not who we've been in the past, but who we are becoming, and hold that right here in the middle world. So I know that when they put those leaves together, the change that they always talked about was coming. So we place with our kintus a red petal and a white petal. Red represents Pachamama, Mother Earth, and white represents the snow-capped mountains, which for our shaman is the masculine protective quality, not the patriarchal masculine, but that masculine that creates a border between here and there, and And they say that the wisdom is held at the top of the mountains, in the snow-capped mountains. And so we honor both the masculine and the feminine, not male and female, not gender specific, because we all have those qualities within us. The feminine is about being earth, being present, being here, being connected. And the masculine is like the riverbank that holds the river as she flows. So, and represents order, structure, new ideas, new thoughts. So we need all of that right now. So I'm going to invite that in for all of us, every one of us, to bring that balance back home to our hearts. Those two opposing forces that when they come together create electricity. And I'm going to place one of these in each of the 4 directions, so that each of the directions holds that note. Masculine and feminine together. And the masculine also is Father-Son. Father-Son, who without the sun, this earth would not be fertile. It would be just one rock with no growth. And so we bring these two together. Pachamama, Mother Earth, and all the mountains everywhere. Great protective principle. It brings balance and harmony to our world. I invite you too to blow in your balance between these two energies. I used to teach yoga, so I know that the Ida and Pingala, they separate and they meet, they separate and they meet. It's part of who we are. And to celebrate and honor the wheel of life. So we also bring in the clouds. The clouds that bring the rain, that rains down on Mother Earth and helps everything to grow. Gratitude. Great thank you to the rain. If you see the Earth from space, she is surrounded by clouds. And I brought some beautiful dates. That to me represent the Garden of Eden, the tree of life, the garden that we never left. The fruit of paradise, they're called. So we're also going to go up, but we need to honor, before we go any further, the nature divas, the fairy world. And the fairies are the ones who love sprinkles, color, the rainbow. go up to the moon and stars. Stars and moons. The star beings. I have come to understand that we were informed from the stars, so that when we first understood life on Earth, we looked to the stars and they informed us and taught us so much about how to be here. And I'm going to place these little gold stars and the sun and the moon. Grandmother Moon, who holds us even as we sleep and shines in the darkness when we need her to bring up our issues. She makes them really big. And while we're with the upstairs, I wanted to place some lavender, because lavender is all about dreams, our dreaming. And we need to be dreaming not from the past, but from upstairs, from the future, from the unknown place. And so I'm placing lavender in here now to represent our dreaming. And let's dream big for Mother Earth, because she needs that right now. And as we go upwards, the place of pure light, pure energy. And I've got some frankincense here to represent those who live in the upper realms, the aspect of us that is never born and never dies. It's like the angel of us lives up there. We all have, I believe, guardian angels that live in the upper world, that guide us if we would only listen to their guidance. So I'm bringing in your guardian angels, those luminous beings who care for us and who are waiting to be asked to assist and help us in whatever way we need. So they're going in here as a great honoring for their presence in our lives. And in much the same way that our ancestors hold that foundation for us, our guardians hold that upper world for us, so that we can step into that. And while we're in the upper world, I'm placing some gold that is who we are becoming, the gold of us, our golden selves, the best version of us that we could be. The white path of the Milky Way and the red path of Earth. So these red petals go on the left. They represent the feminine, Pachamama, Mother Earth. The deep, dark feminine, great gratitude for her, how she holds us, nourishes us, nurtures us. And actually they're going to go all the way around. So every despacho is completely unique, and listening to what needs to happen for each despacho is really important. Just listening to what needs to happen. And for this one, all the petals are going all the way round. And these ones that are broken, for me, represent how we have fragmented our earth and the healing that we could do to heal that aspect. All the ways that we have not honored Pachamama. And then the white petals that represent the snow-capped mountains, the protector, that's going to go round the outside as a protection. That masculine aspect that could be part of how we protect our world now, how we keep her safe, how we honor her, how we come up with new ideas, new ways of working, new ways of being, new ways of connecting, something new, even that may not have been thought of. These are what we need right now. And I see my despacho spreading itself out. Some gold. When we bring together red and white, we get pink. And for me, this represents the integration of the masculine and feminine, the healing of those two aspects that have been polarized in conflict. And when we bring them together, we invite in harmony and peace and balance. And right now in our world, there's a need for calm. And calendula has that very calming quality. And so I bring that to this despacho for calm. As we step out of any dramas and just stay centered and calm with our dream for the earth, for Pachamama. And we place feathers so that our prayer, our gratitude goes up to the earth, from the earth rather, up to the heavens on the wings of a dove. healing. For beauty. These come from my allotment, by the way, and I asked them if they wanted to come for this despacho, and they were like, yes, me too, me too. There we go. And for the first time this year, I saw our shaman, Don Pascual, light candles inside the despacho. And I thought, yeah, that's exactly it. Bringing light to our world. I feel like we need another feather. So I'm going to light these. Let's invite in light. Bringing light to earth. Our dream. Letting this be a birth of something new. And some joy. Joy to the world and to all our relations. Pachamama, Pachamamita, Santa Tierra Madre, Mother Earth, come, bless this despacho with your love, with your earthiness, with your deep, dark, feminine. May all your blessings come into this despacho right now. Pachamama, Pachamamita, Santa Tierra Madre, Mother Earth, bless this despacho, all our offerings, our prayers, and our love. And to the mountains, all the sacred mountains, all over the world. Great masculine protector, brings order. Bless this despacho, all the blessings of the masculine that lives within each and every one of us. And so there we have it. This is our despacho, our offering to the earth. And we give it our love from our hearts, through our hands, in service, in wisdom, and in love. The final thing before we take this despacho to fire is we put one last kintu, and this is the one for all the dreams that we forgot, for all the gratitude that we forgot. And I also want to once more keeping that sense of integration of the feminine and the masculine. And then we wrap it up. And then it will go to fire. We place the despacho on the fire so that our dreams and our offerings transform very rapidly. The energy gets released and out into the universe, and such a fast transformation takes place with fire. So that's why we put them on a fire. And we turn our backs. It's like we let go of the outcome. We know we've created a dream. We know the prayer that we've given, the gratitude that we've given, and then we let go. So thank you. Thank you for inviting me to do this ceremony for you. And I hope that it's been of value, and know that you can make one of these for yourself for every kind of offering, for births, for transition times, for simply just to make an offering to Mother Earth when it occurs to your heart to do so. It doesn't matter what you put in, it matters how you put what you put in and what it means to you. So I hope that I've given you some ideas for future despachos, and do let me know what your despachos have turned out like. I'd be really interested. Burning through the night.